Some of the following dates are based on conjecture, as we can only work from the episode dates. So, for example, the original series took place between 2266 and 2269 under the command of Captain Kirk, but Christopher Pike commanded 2 5-year missions prior to this, and Robert April 1 5-year mission. So, we take it that the ship 1701 was commissioned in 2245. However, to start our journey, we must go back to 2153, when the first naval experiment Starship Enterprise was commissioned and launched by United Air Starfleet under the command of Captain Jonathan Archer. The NX-01 and her crew paved the way for the Coalition of Planets and eventually the United Federation of Planets in 2161, as seen in the episodes Terra Prime and These Are the Voyages. It was the first Starfleet ship to have a Warp 5 engine and a prototype transporter. The ship was decommissioned in 2161 and plays in the Federation Museum. Starfleet would not commission another Enterprise for 84 years. The first naval construct contract vessel of Starfleet's 17th United Starship design, USS Enterprise NCC-1701 Constitution-class starship, was launched in 2245 under the command of Captain Robert April. In 2250, Captain Christopher Pike took command and completed 2 5-year missions. In 2252, Science Officer Spock joined his crew. Captain James T. Kirk assumes command in 2264 and embarked on his first 5-year mission. The original series takes place between 2266 and 2269. According to Dorothy Fontana, the animated series took place just prior to the end of the 5-year mission. After an 18-month refit, the Enterprise is relaunched in 2271 and begins a second 5-year mission under Kirk's command. In 2277, it is retired from service and assigned to Starfleet Academy as a training vessel. In 2285, on a routine training exercise, the crew and young cadets become embroiled in the events of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Also in 2285, during the events of the search for Spock, the Enterprise is destroyed in the Mutara sector. In 2286, the USS Enterprise 1701-E was launched once again under the command of Captain Kirk. It was decommissioned in 2293 after the events of the Undiscovered Country. Why was a ship only 7 years old decommissioned? It has been suggested that it was in service under another name, possibly the Yorktown, for some years prior to it being renamed the Enterprise. The USS Enterprise NCC-1701-B Excelsior-class starship was launched in 2293 under the command of Captain James Harriman. Other than Kirk apparently being killed during its maiden voyage, little else is known about the B other than it was decommissioned around 2344, which would correspond with the launching of the fourth ship. Little is also known about this Ambassador-class starship, the fourth to carry the name Enterprise. It was launched in 2344 under the command of Captain Rachel Garrett, and it was destroyed at the Battle of Narenda 3 while defending a Klingon outpost. It emerged for a short while in 2366 in an alternate timeline where the Federation is losing a war against the Klingons. Returning to their present resets the timeline. In 2363, the USS Enterprise NCC-1701-D Galaxy-class starship was launched. Captain Jean-Luc Picard takes command in 2364. The events of Star Trek The Next Generation takes place between 2364 and 2370. In 2371, during the Viridian Tree battle with a Klingon bird of prey, the Enterprise D is destroyed. NCC-1701-E, the Sovereign-class starship, is launched in 2372, once again under the command of Jean-Luc Picard. In 2373, the Enterprise and the crew has to travel back in time to stop a Borg attack. In 2375, the Enterprise is dispatched on a diplomatic mission to resolve a dispute in the Goran system, but becomes involved with the attempted removal of the Baku from the Briar Patch. Between 2375 and 2379, the ship undergoes a major refit. Additional photon torpedo tubes and phaser arrays were added, as well as a bridge refit. In 2379, the Enterprise is dispatched to Romulus to meet the new Praetor Shinzon. Though ultimately victorious, the cost is extensive damage to the ship and the loss of data. According to the 4-part graphic novel Countdown, By 2387, Picard has left Starfleet and is now Federation ambassador to Vulcan, and Data, now in the body of B4, is captain of the Enterprise E. These are the Voyages. Those words, first spoken on television on the 8th of September 1966, gave the world Star Trek's vision of the future, one of hope and a fundamental philosophy of nobility and honour. When Gene Roddenberry created the show, he had no way of knowing what a phenomenon it was going to be. It took on a life of its own and became greater than the sum of its parts. 53 years later, and those core values still ring true, as the series continues to thrill and excite audiences both old and new. Those fans and the unprecedented loyalty they have shown to the series can be attributed to both the crews of the Enterprises and the Enterprises themselves. Time and time again, fans will relive the adventures of their favourite crew members, whether it's Kirk and Spock on board the 1701, or Picard and Riker on the D, or Archer and T'Pol on NX-01. Their memorable on-screen personalities have kept the magic alive. It really doesn't matter which series you prefer or which one is better, as all of them are a triumph for televised science fiction, and they prove that intelligent, thought-provoking, character-driven fiction can transport us all to the final frontier.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Their ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds.
To seek out new life and new civilizations.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Thanks for watching. Until the next time, hailing frequencies closed. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell too. Thank you.